Yeah, dear student, welcome back to the business study class. Our chapter going on is chapter 8 controlling, and our topic going on is controlling process. So yesterday I give you an example about the or introduction about the two steps. Clear? So controlling process is called a systematic process. What it is called? It's called systematic process of controlling the things which you have planned earlier. Clear? So first step is setting performance standard. Setting performance standard. The first step in the controlling process is setting a performance standard. Standards are the criteria against which actual performance is measured, which we have already studied in chapter 2 principle of management. In which Taylor has designed some techniques, for example, motion study, method study, fatigue study. So what are those things? Those things are the setting up of the standard. The standard acts as a benchmark toward which an organization strives to work. We have already settled the standards in advance in order to judge the situation or an employee. Now it can be said both in quantitative terms as well as quantitative terms. Standard can be said both in quantitative terms as well as qualitative terms. Clear? For the standard set in terms of cost to be incurred, revenue to be earned. Clear? So what we can set in quantitative terms is the cost, production, clear? Profit to be earned. Clear? These all things will come in quantitative terms. All represent the quantity. Sometimes standard may also be set in qualitative terms. Sometimes standards are required to be set in qualitative terms also. So what qualitative terms is? Improving the picture of organization. Improving the picture of organization in the market. Just 10 years back or a decade back, when Babaji or Patanjali Baba Ramdev had raised a question about the presence of pesticide in the cold drink. So afterward there was a huge opposition of these sweet carbonated beverages regarding this. So now in order to improve the picture of their organization, we have to take some qualitative terms. So afterwards every company has designed their own advertisement showing that we are not involving any pesticide in it, filtering process, saving of the water, water harvesting. So these are the things which you are required to be set in qualitative form. Okay? Improving the picture of company in public view. Okay? Your goodwill, reputation, creditability in the market, these all things will come in goodwill. Qualitative standards. That yesterday I gave you about the one table also, which helps in the making of the standard in functional area to gauge the performance of an organization. Okay. Second is measurement of actual performance. Measurement of actual performance. Once the performance standards are set, next step is to measure the actual performance. In the step 1 you have set the performance standard. Now second step is the measurement of actual performance. Clear? You have designed or said that in 8 hours an employee will manufacture 20 units, 30 units, 40. Now whether that employee is able to produce that much of unit or not will also be seen or considered. Clear? And even it is also checked that is there any problem in the standard set by you, that will also require to be measured. Clear? So what are the steps of measurement of actual performance of an employee? Clear? How you are going to measure the performance of an employee? Clear? So by personal observation, clear? Random sampling, personal observation, random sampling, clear? Performance report. As far as possible, performance should be measured in the same unit in which standard are set, and this would make your comparison easier. Always set the or check the performance in the unit in which the standards are set. For example, if you have taken the unit is the number of units to be produced, then you measure the performance in employee in that only. Here you can't measure the performance of employee by the time involved. If you are taking the number produced as a standard of measurement of the performance, keep that time only. At that time you should not consider the time. So it is generally believed that measurement should be done after the task is completed. However, whenever possible, management of the work should be done during the performance. Okay? So always measure the performance of a work after the task is completed. For example, if you have decided that in an 8 hour an employee will produce 40 units. Okay? So if to the extent possible, check the performance after 8 hours. It might be possible. This shows that a person has to make 5 units in an hour. Okay? Now it may be possible that if you check during the 6 hours, he may be at 24 only. Okay? So it is possible in between the time to be checked, or sometime it is good to check after the task is completed. In case of assembling task, each part produced should be checked before assembling. Similarly, in a manufacturing plant, levels of gas particles in the air could be continuously monitored for safety. But air pollution in a factory should be continuously monitored. In case of an organization involving furnace means bhatti where fire is involved, then the temperature shall be continuously monitored, because if the temperature increases beyond a certain level, it will deteriorate the health of the workers or employee. Now measurements of the company's performance may involve calculation of certain ratios. Clear? Now measurement of company's profitability situation. Measurement of the company's profitability situation will involve the calculation of several ratios like gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, clear? In certain operating areas, like marketing may be measured by considering the number of units sold. Clear? In marketing, how you are going to consider the performance of an organization? With the help of number of units sold. Number of units sold, or in case of percentage of market share, percentage of market share captured by you. In a small organization, it is also checked by the certain measure. Okay? However, this might not be possible in a large organization. Thus, in large organization, in case of a manufacturing concern, you may also do the random sampling of the goods produced. Okay? This way can also, in this way also you can check the measure. You will see that in Flipkart, Amazon, what they promise is the 6 quality checks. Now, what does it mean? That before delivering the goods is checked 6 times, so that the perfect goods may do. Still returns are coming. So this is the situation where the performance is measured. Now next, step 3. Step 3, comparing actual performance, with standard. Now, these steps involve comparison of actual performance with the standard. Such comparison will reveal the deviation between actual and desired result. Now in step 3, what we are going to do? We are going to evaluate step 1 as well as step 2. Clear? The things which we have planned and things which we have actually attained. Now in the third step, we will compare both the above two, step 1 and 2, and will try to find out the deviations. Clear? What we find out the deviations or reasons for deviation. Because in the current year you can blame anything, you can blame corona or a pandemic for anything. So this is the simple reason for deviation. Comparison become easier when standard are set in quantitative terms. Performance of the worker in terms of unit produced in a week can be measured against the standard output for week. Okay? But sometimes it may give the good result also. The car sale has been increased because of the increasing of the infection. We have sold almost 3 lakh more cars. 2-wheelers are also sold because nowadays people are avoiding to go in public transport because of the spread of this pandemic. So we have to always find out the reasons for deviation, even if we are having a positive sale or if we are having a negative sale. Clear? Next thing is analyzing deviation. Analyzing deviation. Now this step is very necessary for the measurement of the performance because it is expected in all the activities. Deviation may always be, it may be positive also or deviation may be negative also. Okay? Just right now I give you the example that 2-wheeler and 4-wheeler sale has shown a positive deviation. On the other hand, so many sides we have seen it's a negative deviation, means sale has gone on the negative side. Also the deviation in the key area of business need to be attended more urgently as compared to the deviation in certain insignificant areas. Critical point control and management by exception should be used by manager in this regard. Clear? Now how we are going to measure the deviation? So there are certain techniques available. So first is critical point control. So critical point control is neither an economical nor easy to keep a check on each and every activity in an organization. Control should therefore be focused on the key result areas. Clear? What we have to focus on is on key result areas. They are called KRS, KRAS. Clear? Critical point control. Because in a big organization it is not possible to control everything. If you are trying to control everything, it may turn out to be controlled by nothing. This thing is called management by exception. This thing is called management by exception. If anything goes wrong at the critical point, the entire organization suffers. For instance, in a manufacturing organization, an increase of 5% in the labor cost is material in comparison to the 15% increase in the postal charges. Increase in the 5% of labor is more troublesome in terms of 15% increase in terms of postal or some other thing. Okay? So this is called critical point control. Next is management by exception. Management by exception means when you want to control in each and every field of the enterprise. It is often referred to as control by exception. It is important principle of management. So whenever you want to control everything, you come in a situation when you are not able to control anything. This thing is called management by exception. Okay, thus only significant deviation which go beyond the permissible limit should be brought into the notice of management. Thus, if the plan laid down 2% increase in labor cost as an acceptable range, but if there is a deviation is more than beyond 2%, then it would cause it or it will be seriously affect your costing problem. Okay? So it should immediately be brought to the notice of the management. However, in case of major deviation from the standard the matter has to receive immediately action of management on a priority basis. Clear? So 2 or 3% deviation in the labor cost is manageable or attainable, but beyond that it is totally unattainable. Clear? So next step is taking corrective action. Fifth point is taking corrective action. The final step in the controlling process is taking corrective action. No corrective action is required when the deviation are within acceptable limits. When the deviation are in the acceptable limit, it is permissible. Clear? So it is of no problem. But if the deviation is beyond permissible limit, it's a very troublesome. Especially in the important areas, it demands immediate managerial attention so that deviation do not occur again and standards are accomplished, and at the same time it will not seriously hamper your costing problem. You know, you have already studied problem of costing in economics. It is very difficult to fix the price of the product, especially when product belongs to perfect competition. So if any of the decision or deviation will go beyond permissible limit, or it will take out the matter out of your hand, it is always advisable to immediately bring the matter to the notice of management so that correct action could be taken. Corrective action might involve training of employees if the production target could not be met. Similarly, it might involve assignment of additional work or equipment of the project and permission for overtime work. Clear? So these all are the things in which we can complete our controlling process. So I hope this controlling process would be clear to you. In case if you are having any doubt, you can message me, text message, WhatsApp me, whatever thing is there. So always let me know about your doubts in order to have a proper understanding of the concept. Thank you.